You didn't expect to see her today. Life has a way of throwing these moments at you when you least feel ready, and there she was. Not alone. With him. She wasn't just with him, she was leaning in, smiling, her body language telling a story without a single word. A story you thought once belonged to you. The way she laughed, the way her eyes lit up, it felt like she'd taken a memory you had carefully stored away, polished it, and handed it to someone else. And in that split second, something inside you shifted. It wasn't rage, not yet. It wasn't sadness, not fully. It was a heavy stillness, like the world slowed down just enough for you to hear the beat of your own heart. That's the thing about moments like this. They're quiet in the most painful way possible. You tell yourself to keep moving, to look away, to act like it doesn't matter. But your body betrays you. Your eyes hold for a moment too long. Your mind tries to grab hold of every little detail. Her hair, the way her hand brushed his arm, the curve of her smile, as if understanding it might make the truth hurt less. It doesn't. And deep down, you know it's not just her you're seeing. You're seeing the collapse of an idea. Because she wasn't just a person in your life, she was a future you quietly built in your mind. Every late-night talk, every inside joke, every look across the room, you collected those moments and shaped them into a story. A story where you were the one she turned to, the one she chose. And now, standing here, it's as if someone reached into your chest and tore out the last page. The ancient Stoic Epictetus once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." It's simple to say, brutal to live. Because right now, all your power feels like it's scattered on the ground. You didn't get to choose this scene. You didn't get to decide that her eyes would light up for someone else. But Epictetus would tell you, that's the nature of life. You never truly own other people, no matter how much you think you do. You only own your choices, your reactions, your inner life. And yet, standing here in the quiet storm of this moment, that truth feels like cold comfort. You walk away, maybe slowly, maybe too quickly, hoping no one saw the flicker in your expression. But inside, the replay has already begun. You keep seeing it. That smile. That closeness. That easy comfort that should have been yours. Arthur Schopenhauer would tell you that this suffering isn't just about her. It's about the will, that restless human drive for what we want most. We imagine that if we could just have this person, this relationship, we'd finally feel complete. But the will is never satisfied. And when the thing we want most is denied, it doesn't just sting, it unravels us. That's what you're feeling right now. Not just the loss of her, but the collapse of that inner promise. If I have her, I will be happy. Evening starts to fall. You notice the colors of the day fading, but they don't soothe you yet. The air is cool, but inside you, everything is hot and restless. You think about texting her. You think about disappearing. You think about anything that might make the ache stop. But here is where Rumi would step in, with words that seem carved for nights like this. Try to accept the changing seasons of your heart, even as you have always accepted the changing seasons that pass over the earth. It doesn't mean you have to like this season. It means you accept it as real. This is winter. And in winter the trees do not bloom. But they endure. You sit somewhere, maybe at home, maybe in your car, and let the quiet wrap around you. At first, it's unbearable because, in silence, your mind grows louder. But if you stay with it, something small happens. You start to realize that the pain you feel right now is proof of how deeply you can care. And while that's a dangerous gift, it's also a beautiful one. So you decide to do one small thing for yourself tonight. Not to get over her. Not to prove anything. Just to remember that you are still here. It could be as simple as making a cup of tea or stepping outside to feel the night air. It could be turning on a song that understands your sadness better than you do. It could be sitting quietly and noticing that the world is still moving, even if your heart feels stuck. Because here's the truth, this moment will pass. It will not pass quickly. It will not pass without leaving a mark. But one day, you will look back at it, and it will be a part of your story, not the whole of it. You didn't see it coming. One day, She was just another person you knew. Then, she became the most beautiful part of your life. And now, she's a stranger you watch from a distance, her smile belonging to someone else. That moment stays with you, the way she leaned into him, the way he looked at her like she was his whole world. You stood there, trying to breathe, while something inside you cracked open. You go home, and it's not just her you miss. You miss the version of yourself who believed you had a chance. You miss the little daydreams you never told anyone about, the ones where she laughed at your jokes, where she saw you the way you saw her. Now, those dreams feel childish. But they were all you had. For days, you carried this invisible weight. You tried to distract yourself, work, music, friends, but she's still there, in the quiet spaces of your mind. You keep wondering, was I not enough? Was there something wrong with me? But that's the trap. You're not hurting because you lost her. You're hurting because you lost the story you told yourself about the two of you. And stories are harder to bury than people. This is where philosophy saves you, if you let it. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth." Right now, your mind is telling you a story, that you failed, that he won, that she chose him because he's better. But the truth? The truth is that love is not a reward for worthiness. Love is an accident, a collision of timing and circumstance. Seneca said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." You are suffering for a reality that doesn't exist anymore. That old world you imagined is gone. Just like a traveler who refuses to leave a ruined city, you're sitting among the rubble, holding on to memories that can't rebuild themselves. So you ask yourself, do I keep staring at the ruins, or do I walk toward the horizon? It's not easy. Walking away feels like betraying something sacred. But you have to understand, the sacred part was never her. It was the feeling she woke up inside you. That feeling doesn't belong to her. It belongs to you. And you can carry it forward. You can give it to your future self. You can give it to someone who will actually stay. That's when you start noticing the little things again. The quiet streets at night, the way coffee smells in the morning, the sound of rain on your window. These moments feel sharper now because you're not just existing, you're learning to see the world without expecting it to give you something back. One night you look in the mirror. You see the tired eyes, the lines of worry on your face. But you also see someone still standing. Someone who's learning that healing is not a moment, it's a process. And in that reflection, you finally understand. You don't have to erase her to be free. You just have to stop holding on to the version of yourself who needed her. When the heart has been wounded long enough, it no longer wants revenge, answers, or closure. It wants peace. Peace independent of her words. Peace not disturbed by her happiness with someone else. Peace that can withstand life's storms. To achieve this, you must do something difficult. Let go without a guarantee of something better. The ego wants a trade. If I relinquish my longing for her, the universe will send me someone new. But true freedom doesn't bargain. It declares, even if no one comes, I am whole. Even if I walk alone, my steps still have meaning. Epicurus said, do not spoil what you have by desiring what you have not. This isn't a call to stop dreaming. It's a reminder to stop fixating on the closed door and miss the open sky. You've been looking at her as if she was the only chapter worth reading, but your book has many unwritten pages. Now you have a choice: replay her laughter with someone else, remaining a prisoner of an image, or remove the chains and walk toward the unknown, despite the fear. It will hurt initially, freedom always does. The first night without her, you might feel the weight of the silence. But eventually silence becomes space. Space for new experiences, self-discovery, and love, not just from others, but from yourself. You'll notice the little things again: the smell of rain on warm concrete, sunlight on your desk, the comfort of a friend's voice. Slowly, her image fades, not by force, but because your soul found richer things. One day, you'll pass her, perhaps with someone else, perhaps alone, and your chest will feel light. You'll wish her well without wishing her back. In that moment, you'll know you've won something greater than her love, yourself. Because the real tragedy isn't losing her, it's losing yourself trying to keep her. Now you are no longer lost. You are free.